The Silent War of Thrones, Game of Thrones. No battlefield has ever been watched as closely as Westeros. A narrative that surpasses the borders of a map has enthralled not only those fighting for the throne, but also billions of viewers glued to their screens. Adapted by creators David Benioff and D.B. Weiss from the work of George R. Martin, this epic production aired on HBO between 2011 and 2019 and became one of the greatest modern television projects. Game of Thrones brought cinema-level quality to the screen, not only with its dramatic plotlines but also with its multi-million-dollar production budget each season. Its finale was watched by 19.3 million people simultaneously in the US alone. The show won a total of 59 Emmy Awards, making it the most Emmy-awarded series of all time. This number is not just a statistic, it marks the footprint of a cultural giant in television history. Transformation behind the blue crystal. Breaking Bad. A story of change beginning on the dusty roads of Albuquerque turned into a dark mirror for modern television. Broadcast on AMC between 2008 and 2013, Breaking Bad, written by Vince Gilligan, transformed the story of an ordinary chemistry teacher into a universal tragedy. The series, with Bryan Cranston's iconic portrayal of Walter White, was crowned with countless awards, including 16 Emmys. Lines like "I am the danger" became cult classics, and over 10 million people watched the series finale at the same time globally. With Netflix, the show reached international audiences and became more than just an American series. It turned into a symbol of the digital age. A world built around a coffee table, Friends. Perhaps it was just the ordinary lives of a group of friends, but the world wanted to return to that coffee shop millions of times over. Aired on NBC between 1994 and 2004, Friends, created by David Crane and Marta Kaufman, influenced entire generations with its warm and sincere universe. Characters portrayed by Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, Matthew Perry, and David Schwimmer became cultural icons. The finale was watched by 52.5 million people in the US. In addition to its 6 Emmy Awards, the series collected countless international awards. Still one of the most watched classics on Netflix, it successfully bridged the generation gap. A yellow-skinned mirror, The Simpsons. No show has reflected the real world as sharply and colorfully as this. The Simpsons, created by Matt Groening and on air since 1989, became more than just animation. It turned into a platform for sociological analysis. With over 700 episodes, the series has broken numerous records and remained Fox's flagship show. Winning more than 30 Emmys, it analyzed everything from politics and technology to economics and culture, all through the language of humor. The countless news articles asking, "What did The Simpsons predict?" reveal its place in the collective consciousness. The door to an upside-down world, Stranger Things. A story that began with a missing child in the early 90s has since swept millions worldwide to the edge of a parallel universe. Premiering on Netflix in 2016 and created by the Duffer Brothers, Stranger Things blends 80s nostalgia with science fiction and horror. The first season was watched in over 67 million households in its first 4 weeks alone. Young actors such as Millie Bobby Brown and Finn Wolfhard became global stars. The series has been nominated for and won several awards, including the Golden Globes and Emmys. It is considered one of the most critical titles in Netflix's globalization. With its retro aesthetic, powerful characters, and iconic music, it has become one of the cornerstones of modern pop culture. A mark that defies time. These 5 series were produced in different eras and genres, but they all share a common language: impact. They were not just watched, but discussed. They did not only gain popularity, but became cult classics. They made their mark not only on screens, but also in minds and in social life. Game of Thrones built an empire. Breaking Bad constructed a journey of transformation. Friends offered a sense of belonging. The Simpsons provided societal analysis. Stranger Things combined the emotions of the past with today's technology. Each became a milestone in its own right. Epilogue. Stories beyond the screen. TV series are no longer just pastimes. They are narratives that shape social codes, personal emotions, and cultural identities. Although these 5 series differ in theme, they all tell a universal story about human nature. Even today, as dozens of platforms and hundreds of titles compete, it's rare for a series to truly sit the throne. Only those that capture not just the audience, but the zeitgeist, endure. If any of these legendary shows have touched your life, don't forget to like, Subscribe to stay informed about similar content and let us know in the comments which show is your favorite and why.